turtles, Dragon Ball, kaiju, and more. Steven's Toy Reviews. Hello collectors, Steven here, and I am back as I slap my knee with another Deforeal review, and it is going to be of a 2-pack. Yeah, I'm trying to think of another 2-pack that's been done by X Plus in the Deforeal lineup, and I'm having a hard time thinking of one off the top of my head. But anyway, today we have a repaint of Shin Godzilla's second and third form in the Deforeal lineup. And they are going to be clear versions. That's the formal title. They're made of translucent plastic with some paint applications to them. Now, you're probably looking at them and you're thinking to yourself, Self, those are not translucent like the Godzilla Earth that he reviewed, or the completely red and yellow Shin Godzilla figures that were already re-released in the Deforeal lineup a few years ago. What's going on with these? Well, you may not know this, but they recently did a fourth form Shin Godzilla repaint that was made of translucent plastic, and they actually painted it. And this is meant to be the companion piece to go with that fourth form version, or if you missed out on the original issuance of these two figures, congratulations, this is your chance to get them again. Because for whatever reason, X Plus does not really like to do reissues. Don't know why. But anyway, this was a Rick exclusive, so if you did miss out on it, you are at the mercy of the aftermarket. Not scalpers, we got a whole video on that, okay? Okay. Now, with that being said, this comes at a hefty price tag. Price starts at about $130. So, yeah, it's gonna be a tough sell for some folks, but taking a look at history, might be a good idea to get them sooner rather than later. Let's take a look to see whether or not they're worth adding into your collection. Batman and Robin here. To be honest, throughout the history of the channel that I've been reviewing these guys, I've been doing them together. So we're going to go ahead and look at Sculpt and Paint for them together. Then we're going to go ahead and scale. And that'll be it, because they don't move and they don't have accessories. So, yeah, okay. All right. So, we'll go ahead and take a look at Mario first, and then we'll look at Luigi, because let's be honest here, that's the order that it goes in, right? Second, and then third. Normally we go fourth, but I don't have the fourth version. I already did a review of it. So, Mario here is cast in a, well, I guess you might say somewhat yellow, baby puke yellow, translucent plastic, and there is some finer details here that are brought out thanks to the paint, and also it does look like some other parts may have different plastic that are glued on, kind of like the dorsal plates. Now, I really have to say, for both Mario and Luigi, their mouths are scary impressive. They're very wet, and it kind of looks like you're jumping into the abyss, honestly, when you look at them. So we'll take a closer look at them in a little bit. But generally speaking here for Mario, I do have to say that all the details are really, really fantastic. If you have one of those phobias, you know, with the lotus pods and the frogs in the back, yeah. So just be afraid and, look away, and, we'll come back in a little bit maybe, but yeah. So Mario, the eyes actually have a little bit of a dome over them. So this way you can poke them if you want, and it really helps to give the illusion of something that has just come up from the depths of the ocean, from the abyss below. Now, like I said, you can poke it. You'll probably tear it. And you don't want to do that, because if you do that, then you're probably going to be hurting in more spots than just your heart, because you ruined a nice figure. You're going to be hurting in your wallet, too. You don't want to do that. Now, like I did make mention, the figure is cast in one color, the main figure anyway, and there are plenty of washes that are used here to bring out some of the finer details. Most specifically, red and black seem to be the flavors of the day. You can really see that the red is utilized on the main body, on the thighs, and on the neck, where that sort of gill area would be, and it pulls up in some areas that really make it look very, very gory, which is nice to see for this particular iteration of Godzilla. We also see little stumps, the little chicken wing areas, which will soon grow into his arms. The dorsal plates actually look very cool, and there is very minimal paint application at the base, and it does look like this is a play of light alongside different plastics that are used to get this effect, to make the dorsal plates look very good. Now, I must say, very clean. No issues with paint splotches or anything whatsoever. We do have a little bit of paint on the toe claws for Mario, so that's very good to see there, and as usual, he's got that very thick vein at the base of the tail, which is carried on over to this figure. And going all the way up top to the tip of the tail, it looks like a little bit of a fin here that he's able to whip back and forth in the water, so this way he's able to swim. And then when we take a look at Luigi, we'll see that the face on the tail tip starts to form. So all in all, yep, very good figure of Mario. And talking about Luigi here, I would have to say Luigi is a little bit brighter than what the prototype showed, but he still does look as gruesome. Again, we'll take a closer look at the mouth, but like I said, the mouth that just, that maw, kind of scary. Not gonna lie. Yeah. So throughout the entirety of the figure, we can see the little chicken wing arms, which is very cool. He's in a nice roaring pose, almost in pain. Actually, a lot better than the movie. It's very dynamic, the pose that he's in, because not only is he roaring up, but his tail is also curved with him. If you're an artist, go ahead and comment down below how cool the pose is, because if you know anything about theory with statues and so forth, your eyes should be guided throughout the subject, and quite frankly, that is exactly what X Plus was able to achieve here. So to go into the finer details, yes, again, the mouth, I'm oohing and awing over it. It does look very good. The eyes, we actually see a little bit of digital printing here, which I think is pretty nice. Again, I don't have the original version of this, so I can't say if there's a big difference here, but underneath the little film that they have covering the eye, it does look like there was some digital printing that was done there. Again, the chicken wing arms with a little bit of paint on the nails looks very good. We have the little spike that is on the chest, which sticks out just far enough. Very cool. It does look like we have some burnt meat here, which, hey, the paint does not contradict the sculpt in any way. It only enhances it. We have the little divots and grooves on the legs, which look very good. We do have the dorsal plates, which are painted appropriately. There's no paint slop to be had there. The feet are painted well enough, despite there being just minimal shading on the nails. But hey, that's fine. That's par for the course here, because I mean, what else are you going to add? And the fact that they really did add some extra detailing in with the black, I guess you might just say it's a wash, because it doesn't quite look like dry brushing, whatever the case may be. It does really enhance the finer details. And then of course, we do have the proto second face on the tip of the tail. So for Luigi here, he looks just as good as Mario, and quite frankly, I couldn't be happier. Now, there are no accessories here, so we'll go ahead and move on over to a size comparison here, where you can see Sonic and Tails, they just blend in just fine with any sort of D4Real display that you are going to have, and yeah, they're appropriately small. Not necessarily in scale small, because, I mean, these are small figures to begin with, but hey, they are going to be just fine enough. So buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. I think this will be the last time that I'm covering Forms 2 and 3 on the channel, unless something else comes out. And quite frankly, I'm kind of disappointed that a lot of folks haven't been able to pick up on the fact that almost all the time I've reviewed these two together, and whenever I've been referencing them in reviews, I've come up with different names for both of them based on popular duos: Jack, Diane, Dumb and Dumber, Mario, Luigi, so on and so forth. So if you've caught along with the gag, you got big brain. If not, sorry to say. But anyway, whether or not you specifically like this little detail of these D4Reals or you don't, if you're a D4Real collector, maybe you joined in late in the game, hey, this is a fantastic opportunity to get two absurdly expensive D4Reals into your collection for an unbelievably reasonable price. If you want a normal second form Shin, go ahead and drop the $300 on Yahoo Japan auctions before shipping in pandemic hell. You can go ahead and do that, or you can pay probably topping out at $180 for these two clear versions. The choice is yours. I love both of these. I'm very happy that I got them. The only thing I'm going to note, when I opened the box, I almost got knocked on my ass by the smell of vinyl, and they're a little squishy, kind of like dog toys. So just something to keep in mind when you get these. Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now you've heard a lot from me, I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.